growing up in
No
Lagos,
way.
I don't like to say we grew up in Lagos. I like to say we survived.
Survive. Wow. That's interesting.
Surviving in
Okay.
Lagos,
Yeah, but
it was a very big challenge. So I had to bet on myself
right.
and bet on my hard work and smart work. So I think
Right.
that was a very, very big challenge for me. And I overcome it by just have to sit down, right, and talk to yourself, have that conversation. There's certain things in this life that no matter how many videos you watch or whatever it is you do.
Yeah. Welcome, everybody. This is another episode of AlphaDelta, a podcast where we have conversations with people who operate at a higher level than most, with the hopes that it motivates and inspires people to become the best version of themselves. So today, my guest is the Amazing Klef. This is somebody who I'm very, very excited to be interviewing today. He's somebody who really inspires me in terms of his content and things he's done. But for everyone who doesn't know who you are, could you just introduce yourself? Doesn't know who you are, where you're from, what you do, and where do you go to school?
Hi everyone, my name is Amazing Klef. I'm a photographer and multifaceted creative. I am also the founder of AKtivatedTV and Activated Studios and the Amazing Klef Academy. I'm a Nigerian, but I like to refer to myself as a Pan-African creative. And yeah, that's basically how much.
Awesome. So it's your first time here in Nairobi?
Yeah, first time. Just touched on a couple hours ago.
Wow, and just right into it, huh? Just to grind, straight go into it. Love it. What are your initial thoughts about the place?
Cold.
Okay.
That's like the first. I didn't expect Kenya to be this cold, actually. Kenya is, if you're a Nigerian watching this, you understand what I'm trying to say. Like, see what I'm wearing. I'm wearing this in a place.
Jacket,
There is no AC in this place. Like, you understand? So it's pretty cold. Kenya is pretty cold. Then I've interacted with some people already, and they're very chilled, laid back, relaxed people, and not the normal track.
Yeah.
But then Nairobi is almost like Lagos, just a little like Lagos. Like, I mean, the vibe in the city almost like Lagos.
Right.
Little traffic here and there, and basically.
That's good. Well, welcome, man.
Thank you so much.
You can call this place home. But so one thing I guess you didn't really mention is that you're here for how long exactly?
I'm here for a couple of days. I'm stopping by. Hopefully, I can come back again.
Right.
Yeah, I'm here for a couple of days. Hopefully, because I'm just trying to see how it goes first before we actually come back to do
more work. Awesome. All right. So the first question I have for you is, what are you passionate about and why?
Passion. I think my passion is. I think I'm very passionate about putting smiles on people's faces. One.
I like that. Yeah.
Number two.
Yeah.
I like to create opportunities.
Okay.
So I'm the guy that I have this opportunity, let's say, to shoot like Tiwa Savage, for example.
Right.
I create micro opportunities from that. So
interesting.
You can also add to your portfolio that you've also done this.
Right.
So the last Tiwa Savage shoot, for example, I got a model to pose her.
Right.
So pose direction
goes to her. Yeah.
Makeup.
Yeah, that person.
From just that.
Lighting, some person.
You see. Smile on people's faces, create opportunities, and make people happy and create opportunities, basically. That's like
I love that. So it's just really like connecting people a lot.
Yes, very passionate about that. Then mostly those two.
Nice, love that.
Mostly those two.
Awesome, man, awesome. All right, so taking a step back, I want us to talk a bit about your childhood. We want to know what was the young, amazing Klef, like? What did you spend his time doing? How did you grow up? What was high school like? Just give us that whole entire picture as to what was like growing up.
Growing up was, a regular African kid from like a regular parents.
Okay.
My mom used to be a trader. She used to sell food, sell rice and beans and macaroni and other stuff.
Yeah.
And my dad used to be a truck driver.
Yeah.
And typical go to school, come back home, do your stuff.
Yeah.
And growing up was fun. Growing up in Lagos is stressful, tedious, but it was definitely fun.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. When you say stressful and tedious, like what do you mean exactly?
Growing up in Lagos, I don't like to say we grew up in Lagos. I like to say we survived.
Wow. That's interesting.
Surviving in Lagos.
Yeah.
It's all right. Is it recording? Yeah, surviving in Lagos is it's a whole lot. You have to when you are growing up, when you are somewhere and you have
Yeah.
to, it's different when you have to just stay away from the normal effects of nature. For example,
Right.
rain,
Uh-huh.
sun, this one, that one.
Uh-huh.
When you now have to add staying away from stuff that can be avoided.
Right.
For example, staying away from electrocution from
Okay.
something that could have just been covered.
Covered, yeah.
So so I
I
mean, so it's
see.
not that bad. I'm just saying that. So
Yeah.
it's like, yeah, it was a little tedious, but I mean, Lagos,
Yeah.
it makes you very, very strong and able to survive literally anywhere in the world.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. I am based on what you're just saying, like I'm assuming it makes you very, very resilient
very,
and very capable of basically
very.
anything.
We have a saying that if you can survive in Lagos, you can survive
So anywhere in the world.
anywhere
That's
in the
interesting.
world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's very interesting. All right. So moving on. I wanted you to just walk us through, how you got to where you are today. Just tell us a bit about your career path. What are some of the things you've done? Just walk us through that whole entire journey.
So I think the whole story starts when I left high school.
Okay.
I sat down one day and I think I was looking through like the brochure for like they have this big book where you have different courses in universities and stuff.
Right. Right.
And I didn't find a course that I wanted to study,
I see.
right? So
Okay.
that was the first time I picked up like exploring my creative side.
Right.
That was the first move towards being a creative,
Okay.
right? So I was like, there is nothing here that I want to study. I want to sit down, look at myself, look at my inner mind, and
Yeah.
look at and see what exactly who am I? Like who am I?
Deep down inside.
Was I created by God Almighty? What was I created
Interesting.
to do? Do you
Yeah.
understand
Yeah.
on this earth?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I sat down and I had that personal conversation with myself,
Right.
and I decided to pick up to like do creating. I've been a graphic designer. I've owned a blog.
Mm-hmm.
I used to be a rapper.
Okay.
Photography
Okay. So
for
you
me,
can, spit a verse for us
no,
real
I'm not
quick.
going to do that. Photography for me at this point is just
Yeah.
me. It's just me at this point expressing myself. Right?
Right.
It's a medium
I
right now for
see.
me where I'm using to express myself as an artist.
As an
I
artist,
feel like I'm an
right?
artist. I used to paint.
Okay.
I used to rap. So you
Right.
see,
Yeah.
I've always been an artist, but at this point, it's just pictures that is doing it for me.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
just
interesting. When you talk about you've always been an artist, something that always comes to my mind is that, and you can probably, give your insights. Like, do you think artists are born or are they made?
ah, that's a deep question.
Yeah.
You think artists are born or they are made? Whew, I'll answer that question personally.
Yeah.
I feel like I think is it recording though?
Yeah.
I feel like I feel like some artists are born and some
Okay.
artists are made.
And some are made.
Yeah, I feel like some artists are born and some artists are made. Right? Uh, oh my God, did I answer that correctly? I feel like
Just answer what comes to mind.
yeah, I think some are born and some are made. You
Okay.
can just grow up and
Yeah.
just realize that you have these eyes, or
Right.
you have this
Mm-hmm.
like you have this way perspective that nobody
Yeah.
else sees
Yeah.
from. That
Yeah.
makes you an artist. That makes you be like being able to see from an angle that nobody else looks at.
Right.
That's like shows you have like a very creative mind. You
Yeah.
understand? And also, made you can grow up and just train yourself to
To
see stuff from
becoming.
different perspectives and stuff.
Right.
So I feel like some artists are born and some are made.
Yeah.
I can't pick one.
Yeah, yeah. No, I can relate that because, like, I think for me, as using my case as an example, right? Like, I don't regard myself as an artist, right? But inherently, I have those traits you're talking about of being able to see things, like, what could look aesthetically appealing, what could look nice. I took art in high school, and I was always just good at art, got all the A's and everything like that. But for me, I think I credit that to like my parents, my mom specifically. She used to do a lot of artwork, right? So the reason why I was asking that because I wanted to see from your perspective, right?
Yeah.
And knowing how, especially with your journey, you stepped into doing art, right? Was that like a natural transition for you, or was it something that you just like?
I think it was a natural transition for me. When I realized I didn't want to go to college,
Okay.
I was already learning.
Yeah.
So I knew I could draw.
Okay.
But then there's this thing we do in Nigeria where when you have a talent, you go to somebody on your street and you become his apprentice, like a
Right.
painter,
Okay.
and you start learning from him how to put your skills to. So you
Right.
see,
Yeah.
I was born with the I just know how to draw.
Yeah,
But then you need someone to show you oh, this is how
show
you
you the
use paint.
skill, right?
This is
The
so you have to develop
technique
the
and
skill. Yeah. Yeah.
right.
So the transition for me was natural because I was already an inborn creative. Right.
Interesting.
Then I just needed to
Yeah.
learn the
The
skills and the
skills
techniques
and
to
the
apply it.
techniques, right?
That's all. Yeah.
Awesome. All right, so amazing. You're just telling us about how you make this transition
Yeah.
into artistry,
Yeah.
and how you're learning all these different skills and techniques,
To
right?
put it to work. Yeah.
Right. So tell us a bit about these skills, right? What are some of like the artistic ventures you've gone into? You seem like, as you say, a multifaceted artist,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Tell us a bit about that.
So let's say I think the only thing you can be born with is, like, let's say, the creative ability,
Right.
how do I put it, the perspective thing I spoke about earlier, right? To be able to put it to work, you can't be born with knowing how to operate,
Yeah.
how to operate a camera.
That's true. That's true.
Or knowing how to
It doesn't
operate a
work like
phone.
that. Yeah.
Or knowing what kind of paints, if you are a mixed visual, I know what kind of paint.
It's like, are you watercolors
Yeah,
versus
you
like
go and buy the wrong paint and paint on wood or something.
Yeah,
So
yeah, for
someone has to
sure.
tell you what has been working for like ages before you
Yeah.
can figure out. You understand? So those are some of the skills I've been able to like educate myself on.
Okay.
Like how to use a camera. Also, there's the business part of it, how to handle a business, how to manage it, how to convert your skills
Right.
and this natural whatever it is you have into like a business that can make money from you.
Yeah.
How to keep that business running.
Right.
How to it's one thing to start a business,
Yeah.
it's one thing to keep it running.
Keep it running. Absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
yeah, so those are kind of like skills I've learned over the years from books, from movies, and mostly from books,
From books.
movies, and from taking courses also.
Interesting. Interesting. Awesome. Awesome. All right. So the next question I have for you is, what has been one pivotal moment in your life that shaped your career?
Whew.
And the follow-up to that to just think about as well is, what has been the greatest achievement in your career so far?
Okay. One pivotal moment that shaped my career was when I was about, and I can't remember how old I was then. So somebody gave me equipment
Okay. Yeah.
worth about like a couple $1,000,
Okay.
$1,500
Yeah.
kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he gave me
Okay.
to start. When I got to a point where I could not afford those stuff, I
Right.
walked into somebody's office and I asked him for.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Interesting.
I was buying stuff from him.
Yeah.
I was buying stuff from him,
Uh-huh.
right? But then I needed a proper studio.
Right.
So I walked in one day. I said, Sir, I have a plan.
Okay.
I want to be in the photography business, sir. Listen. One day I'm going to be. I was like 18 or 19. I can't remember.
Yeah.
One day I'm going to
Wow.
be one of the biggest photographers in Nigeria, but I need you to help me right now. Like I just convinced him.
Yeah. Yeah. You just had that like.
And I had that
passion.
fire in him. I don't know what I said to him.
Yeah.
I don't know what he saw in my
Wow.
eyes, but
Yeah.
he gave me the equipment, and I said I was going to pay him back in 1 year. But I
Okay.
paid him back in like 6 months or so.
Oh, wow.
So that really helped me, like
Yeah. It just kicked you off.
that kick, like that really.
Yeah.
Two things. Number one, I needed the equipment to be able to like make better pictures.
Right.
Number two, that's action, that kind gesture from him.
Right.
It was
It's
like
that the belief, like
Yeah,
you
it
had
was
the
like,
faith.
now it's not just myself. I don't want to fail. I don't want to disappoint somebody else.
True.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
I
100%.
mean, yeah. So that was a very key moment for me.
And I can imagine like that experience must have really driven you as well, right? It's
Crazy.
very, very motivating.
Very.
Like you just mentioned, it took you 6 months instead of a year.
Yeah,
right, to pay it
because
off.
I was trying to prove a point to him also
Yeah.
that you can. Yeah, I was trying to prove a point to him that you can do this for somebody else.
For somebody
Don't
else.
worry, they will pay back. They
They'll
will
pay. Yeah.
Yeah, I was like trying to prove that point.
You're trying to be like you just didn't waste your money.
Yeah, you didn't make a
waste
mistake.
your time. You didn't make a mistake. Exactly.
Yeah, you get it fast. Don't worry.
Yeah.
So
and it's what's cool about it is that it's validating, not only just like for you, but also for him, right? That his faith in you, the confidence he had,
was not. Yeah,
it wasn't wrong.
Yes,
didn't make
it wasn't
mistake.
wrong. And then he can also do that for somebody else.
Exactly.
Imagine I disappeared with all the stuff.
Yeah.
I didn't pay him back. It might. Oh wow, nice. I don't think the
next
chances
person,
of him, somebody else, that would be very, very low.
100%.
Low chances.
He'd be like, I don't know.
But
Not
now he's like,
sure.
okay, yeah, let's try again.
Exactly.
Let's try again. So it just makes the world a better place.
Yeah, it really does. It really does. And it just goes to see how, like, just, those minor, small acts of kindness, just that belief and that faith can really make a huge difference, such a huge impact on someone's life.
Of course, definitely.
Yeah. All right. So the next question I have for you is, what is the biggest challenge you ever had in your life, and how did you overcome it?
Biggest challenge I've ever had in my life, and how did I overcome it? Whew, biggest challenge, biggest challenge. I think it was I think one of the biggest challenges I had in my life, one of I
Yeah.
have a lot of challenges, was deciding to not pursue the cliche life.
Right.
Right?
Mm.
Trust me, it sounds better and it sounds cute now,
Yeah.
right?
Many years
Because
ahead.
yeah, it sounds
Hmm.
cute now. But at that point, at that moment, I mean, I was one of the brightest students in my school. I was in high
Wow.
school. I was the head
Yeah.
boy.
Yeah.
You
Right.
guys have head
Mm.
boy, right?
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
was the head boy.
I
I
was head
was
boy in my high school as well.
extremely bright
Yeah.
student, extremely bright student, right? Then everybody's going off to college, and you're like, so at that point, it was a very big decision for me to make. Like
Yeah.
it could go south.
Yeah.
It could have been a different story.
It was a
So
bet.
it was a
Hmm.
very big challenge. So I had to
Mm.
bet on myself
Right.
and bet on my hard work and smart work. So I think
Right.
that was a very, very big challenge for me. And I overcome it by just trusting myself, just believing
Mm.
that guy or more. You can just do your best. You can just try. Like,
Just that
what's
belief.
the worst that can happen?
Yeah, it's true. It's true. And so my question for you is like, where do you get that belief from? You know, like, is that something that you always had, or is it something that you just learned to nurture over time?
funny enough, funny enough, this question is very, I don't know, very deep because I'm trying to think about it now.
Mm.
There's just this drive that I don't understand where it's from.
Okay.
I don't understand. I think
Yeah.
it's from God Almighty.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't
Yeah. That's the
understand where it's
point.
from. It's just
Yeah.
this drive, just this push. Like, guy, just do it, just do it, just do it.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know where it's from. I feel like I think it's also from not. I don't I, like you can categorize me as anything else,
Uh
but
huh.
as a failure.
Mm.
I'm very
That
big.
hunger.
I'm very
Yeah.
big on yay, like that eureka
Yes.
moment. Like
Yeah.
I'm very big on yes, we did it. So me thinking of oh no, it didn't work out is
Yeah.
enough.
It's like, yeah, it's too much
It's too much. Like, it's enough pressure to like just keep
to
going.
actually wanting to
Yeah,
make it to work out.
I love celebrations. I love when everybody's happy. Like, yo, we did it. Like, so
Right.
I feel like thinking of the result
Uh
or where we
huh.
can be at the end, celebrating and stuff, is
Yeah.
what gives me the drive to like
To keep on
yes,
pushing
keep
through.
pushing. Yeah,
Right. So the end result, right?
the end result. Yes.
Right. I love that. I
Yeah.
love that. That's awesome. So actually very similar. And you can actually even expand when it comes to this next question, right? And the question is, what advice would you give someone who's trying to do the same things as you?
Uh, I think my biggest advice would be to that drive we've been talking about.
Yeah.
Like I said, I don't even know where
Where
it
it comes
came,
from.
yeah, where it comes
Hmm.
from, right? Right. So I can't give you that drive. I
Yeah.
can I can tell you stuff, but I can't even give you that drive. So
Exactly.
you have to sit down, right, and talk to yourself, have that conversation. Just say things in this life that no matter how many videos you watch or whatever
Yeah.
it is you do,
Yeah.
there are some things that nobody can do for you.
That's so very true.
Some things that
That's
nobody
very
can tell
true.
you. There's some things that
Hmm.
nobody can do for you. Like, you have to do it by yourself.
By yourself.
You want to
That's
sit down, you want to
100%.
have a conversation with yourself. Like,
Yeah.
who am I? What do I want to do? What do I want to
Exactly.
achieve? What's the end goal for me? What's the end result for me? Why you
Right.
have to ask yourself all these questions? Why do I need to
Yeah.
do this? Why do I want to do this? Not just following the crowd and just being all over the place and
It's
just doing
true.
what everybody else is doing.
Yeah.
Right? Taking a different path and charting a course to help you get to that set goal. And
Yeah.
then again, one more thing I would like to share is if you have like a very big goal.
Okay.
Let's say you have a very big dream. Let's say you want to make $20 million,
Right.
right?
Right.
I think it's a little bit crazy to think you'll make that in 24 hours.
Yeah.
I mean,
Absolutely.
unless you have set up something like to get you that, maybe
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
fine to like get a couple hundreds first, get
Right.
a couple thousands
Then you
first, then you
scale.
start scaling. Like, don't
Yeah. Step by
stop
step.
setting unrealistic goals
Right.
for yourself. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Set big goals, but then set realistic, smaller goals that will help you
Right.
get to that.
Those stepping stones,
Yes,
milestones in a sense.
yes, not don't deceive, don't lie to yourself.
Yeah. 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 So
Yeah,
it's like it's important to set big, ambitious goals,
yeah.
right? But also be very realistic in terms of your
It's important to be
timelines.
real with yourself.
Real. Yeah.
Be real with yourself.
Be
If you're
real with
lying to
yourself.
yourself, you're messed up.
You're
If
messed
you
up. I
can
love
lie to yourself,
that.
you can lie
Yeah.
to yourself.
Yeah.
You are
Yeah.
messed up.
Yeah.
You're
Yeah. Yeah.
boy.
Clearly.
You
Clearly. Clearly.
can lie to
Yeah.
everybody else. That's fine. You can lie to yourself. If
Yeah.
you're not real with yourself, that's messed up.
Yeah,
messed
no,
up.
I agree with you. I agree. No, I think the self awareness is such an important thing. Like, self awareness,
That's the
knowing
word.
yourself, knowing what you like, what you don't like,
That's
where
the
you're
word.
heading to. Those are like such very, very key things. Because if you don't know those things, then you're lost. You're
You're just in
lost.
a place where you don't fit in.
You just,
You're
yeah,
just struggling to just fit in and work. But if you know
yeah,
yourself, you're always going to be in a place where you just feel like I'm at the right place. Even if stuff is
exactly.
not working at that time, you just
Yeah,
feel like I'm at the right
right
place
place where you need to be at that
at that
time.
point.
Yeah, absolutely,
Yeah, exactly.
absolutely. Yeah. So, very, very similar to that, talking about, knowing where you are and knowing where you're going to. My next question for you is, where are you heading to? And what are some of the things you're hoping to accomplish in this couple of years?
Uh yeah, so for example, I'm in Kenya now because I'm trying to expand my horizons
Yeah,
and see things from a different perspective.
right.
I saw a video where I think it was Tycoon. Tycoon works with Davido.
Mm,
He said we're in Lagos today. Tomorrow we're in London. Next
okay.
tomorrow we are in Tokyo.
Right.
Next we are in
Like jet
Johannesburg.
setter
He
life,
said,
huh?
yeah. He said so. I start a vision or an idea
Yeah.
from Lagos. Then I complete it in South Africa with a different
Oh,
perspective. He
wow.
now ended with this. He
Yeah.
said, "You can never compete with someone that travels that much," and it slapped. It slaps.
Yeah. Slap.
I mean,
Yeah, 100%.
I want to meet new people. I want to see how they think.
Yeah.
It's like it's a very thin line between think like you can be in one place
Right.
and just think that oh this is the world. No,
Yeah.
the world
It's
is
so large.
so,
It's yeah,
I don't want to die knowing I didn't have to like experience as much as I
exactly.
could. Do
Yeah.
you understand? So for example, I digress from your question, but to just explain why I'm even here in Kenya, for example, I'm yet to like network to
Right.
to network
The
and to just
network
connect,
and
right? See
connect.
things from a different perspective. Because
Right.
like I'm at a point where I no longer want to be just a Nigerian creative. I want to be
That's
like
true.
an African creative, right?
Right.
So that's like one of the plans for like you asked about the plans for like the next couple years.
Yeah.
I'm looking to expand my
Right.
horizons outside Nigeria,
Right.
see how we can walk around Africa from
Right.
now,
Yeah.
and just build a brand that has like a very lasting impression in the creative space,
Absolutely.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, basically that's like the
Yeah.
plan for the next couple of years.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. I like that. I like it. It's like because I think as you're starting out, you started, within your locale, within
Hmm.
your region. Now it's expanding, right? That reach,
Hmm.
right? Expanding your influence, expanding your impact, right?
Yes,
And also sharing that impact with a lot of different people,
of course,
right? Because that's
definitely.
what really it's about, just connecting
Yeah.
and helping other people grow and whatnot. Um, so the next phase of questions are a bit more personal,
All right, cool.
right? And so the
Recording?
first question I have for you is, do you practice self improvement? And if so, what do you do?
Yeah, of course I do.
Okay. Yeah.
You
Naturally.
don't, I feel like you're gonna get as much as it's important um, to stay afloat.
Yeah.
You have to improve yourself. It's like
Mm.
having a phone and it has like the softwares. You have to do like the software upgrade,
Yeah.
like the version 1.222, version
Right.
1.223.
Right.
So, the moment you stop doing those things, you start to imagine not updating your phone for like 2 years or 3 years.
Yeah.
You get stuck in a place where it starts to lose like the new features and the new
It's
whatever
true.
that comes. You
It's true.
understand? So
Mm.
that's how I see self improvement.
Right.
And I like to learn.
Okay.
I like to unlearn.
And learn.
Like I
Mm.
like to learn. There are some things that we have in our
Factory
some things that we know
settings.
that we don't need. Like
Yeah.
that's why sometimes these phone companies release a new feature
Yeah.
to wipe out something that they had that they created,
Previously. Mm-hmm.
right? But they no longer think it's right to be in that system.
Yeah.
So I like
Yeah.
to learn. I like to unlearn. I look for different ways to improve myself. Um, one of them is also traveling.
Okay. Yeah.
Um,
Very
traveling,
important. Yeah.
traveling. I'm trying to travel a lot, like in the next couple years. Traveling, listening,
Listening.
reading.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah, I have different ways. Then also, I'm also not just trying to put myself as a you as just maybe like I'm trying to also improve my mental health. I'm trying to
Right.
improve
Yeah.
my I started going to the gym.
Nice.
I looked in the mirror.
Yeah.
I was like, okay,
There's some areas that could be better.
yes, do you
Yeah.
understand? So
Yeah.
self improvement is like a 360 thing.
Absolutely.
You don't have to attack all at once, but you can take it like
Step by
slightly.
step.
So yeah,
Yeah.
so mental health. Also like what's not working for me? What's disturbing me now? Who do I need to unfollow on Instagram?
Right.
Who do I need
Yeah.
to follow? Who do I need to?
Mm-hmm.
Who is stressing me out? You
Yeah.
understand?
Yeah.
Like these
Yeah.
things are very important.
It is.
So
No, it is. It
it's like a
is.
360 thing for me.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm always looking for those tiny ways to change one or two things to make me a better person, a better human, a
Yeah.
better businessman,
Yeah.
a better lover,
Yeah.
a better
Absolutely.
African, and a
Everything.
better yeah,
Yeah. I agree.
basically.
No, I really resonate with that. And like, there's this book. I don't know if you've read it before. It's called Atomic Habits.
I have it, but I'm not
Yeah,
fully.
you need to get on it. Yeah, it's such a great book, just about the importance of building habits and how they impact and influence your life.
Mm,
And one of the things he talks a lot about is like the idea that if you improve by 1% every single day, right, within a whole year, right, you'll improve by more than 37% by the end of the year,
mhm.
right? So it's a concept like very similar to what you talk about, how you look for those small little things that you can improve on, right? So if you just work on those
Oh,
things.
atomic,
Atomic.
atomic.
Exactly.
Small
Small, small,
molecules that
small.
make up the whole thing.
Precisely. Precisely. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So it talks a lot about that. So I just find it very interesting. I just wanted to connect those two ideas
Beautiful.
for it. So the next question I have for you is, what is one area of your life you feel you could improve on?
Mm. What is one area of my life I feel like um I think right now it's just trying to be a better human.
Mm,
Um, the kind of the way I personally grew up.
right.
Um, I'm Igbo.
Okay.
I'm Nigerian.
Mm-hmm.
Then I grew up in this. I like not slums, like the streets,
Mm,
right? The way you were raised and the way you grew up plays a very very big part in who you grow up to become,
that's
right?
true.
And I feel
That's
like
very
there's
true.
like one or two things there that I'm still trying to personally fix. Some
Yeah.
of it is like being empathetic. I don't
Right.
think I'm that empathetic.
Mm,
Yeah, do you understand? I'm
yeah.
a kind of person that you're crying over some spilled milk. I'm like, yo, let's move on.
Yeah. Let's
But
move
then I need to
forward.
understand why. Sometimes you have to go back and understand why the person is
Right.
empathy,
Yeah.
basically,
Mm-hmm.
right? And some other parts of me as a human that I feel like mostly trying to become a better human, a better person, not
Yeah.
just being a good photographer or a
True.
good businessman, but being able to, yeah, be a better human.
Yeah, man. So
That's,
this
that's like
very
the part of me
all-rounded,
I'm
yeah,
interested in I'm
improving a lot,
investing in, yeah,
right?
yeah, becoming better now, yeah.
Yeah, that's interesting. That's interesting. All right. So the next question I have for you is, what does being a man mean to you?
Woo! Hey, I don't answer that though. Hmm. What does being a man mean to you? So
Mm-hmm.
I'll tell you what it means where I'm coming from. Then I'll tell
Okay.
you what it means to me now that I have like a different mindset. I've
Right.
evolved a little.
Yeah.
Being a man where I come from, like
Mm-hmm.
the way I grew up,
Yeah.
means being a leader.
Okay.
So when I say leader, I don't mean a ruler. I
Mm-hmm.
mean being a leader,
Right.
carving the way, like then leading,
Yeah.
right? Carving the way, facing the obstacles, fighting, like, or not even necessarily just fighting, maybe fighting alongside someone,
Right.
somebody or people
Mm-hmm.
or whatever. Being a man also means being a helper,
Mm-hmm.
being a problem solver.
Okay.
The way I grew up,
The way you grew up. Mm-hmm.
the way I grew up. So that's
Yeah.
when, oh, a man is here. A
Right.
man is here. So we're not scared again.
Okay.
A man is here. We're not scared again. A man is in the
Right.
building. A
Right.
man is here. Nobody's gonna touch us. Do you understand? Like
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
that's the
Yeah.
way I grew up.
Absolutely. Yeah.
But now evolving and just getting in touch with my emotions and experiences and stuff.
Right.
Being a man is just, to me now, it's just being a human. I'm just a human
Just
being,
a human being, right?
right? I'm just a
Mm.
human being. You give me love, I give you love.
Give you love,
You
right?
help me, I help
Help
you. You
you,
support me, I support you.
right?
Love me, I love you, right?
Right.
It is a two-way thing. Like that's how life works for me now. But that's the way being a man works for me. And right now, it's about being a human,
A
being a
human
normal,
being.
kind, loving human.
Yeah. So very value based.
Yes.
Yeah. Things that you really care about.
Yes, being a man doesn't necessarily mean
Yeah.
Actually, when I was growing up, a man was like a lion. Where I come from, men don't cry.
Yeah.
I cry now. I want to cry. Yeah, I want to cry. I cry.
Like, what do you mean? Cry.
Like if it gets emotional, I cry. I cry.
Fuck it up. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
But now, yeah. No, that's important. I think it's definitely important because, like, I think a lot of men just mistake being vulnerable as being weak. Exactly.
I used to be that way too. Like vulnerable, me, no. I was who's shedding a tear, me, no,
Never.
no.
Yeah.
That was me. Like
yeah.
now I'm sad. I'm sad.
Yeah, it's how you feel about it. Yeah.
It's fine to be sad.
Absolutely. It's fine it's also fine to be loving, to express love to people that you care about.
It's fine to be human.
Yeah.
It's fine.
I agree.
Like I said, I'm evolving.
Yeah.
I'm not there yet.
Absolutely.
You grow up, some certain things are put into you that you don't have control over.
Yeah.
Then you start to evolve, start to change, and become who you want to become. So it's still a process for me.
Yeah. So that being said, my follow-up question to that is, how do you navigate life as, this man that you defined as a human being?
How do I navigate life? AlphaDelta. Nice. AlphaDelta, right?
Yeah, AlphaDelta.
So our navigate life changes like almost every day.
Okay.
So depending on what life throws at me,
right?
Depending on, I can mostly control what I throw at life, like what I put out there,
right.
But I can't really control what life brings to me.
True.
Every day.
True.
So how I navigate life these days is. Hoping for your words, but expecting the best.
Forever, yeah.
So like I wake up every morning like hoping the world gives me the best. But then also I'm prepared for whatever it is it throws at me. Right. But then from my own end, I want to put the best out to the world.
There.
That's how I basically navigate life these days.
Yeah. I like that. I think I resonate with that a lot in the sense that like I also try to approach things the same way too. It's like I'm always of the mind that you get what you give. So if I give out a lot of love, a lot of positive, I get a lot of love, right? So very, very similar. And you just hope for the best, but also understanding that sometimes you can't expect everything to work out the way you want it to work out.
Of course not.
Right? So you have to just be open for both possibilities.
Most definitely.
Yeah. All right, so we're pretty much coming towards the end of this conversation.
Beautiful.
Yeah. Do you have any questions for me?
Yeah, I was going to ask, what's a man to you?
Yeah, awesome. I knew that was coming. I knew it was coming. Yeah, no, definitely. I think for me, the way I can define it is what a masculine man means to me. Because every individual has both masculinity and femininity in them, right? And I understand, or my perspective on what a masculine man is quite traditional, in the sense that for me, my perspective on what being a masculine man is about, it's being about, as you mentioned earlier, like being a leader, right? Being a protector, right? You protect and you care for those people, the people you love and the people you care about. I think being a masculine man has a lot of responsibility too, right? You have the weight of yourself, your life, having that responsibility, taking care of yourself, plus also the people that you care about as well. I think those are a lot of like the qualities that I look for. What I think it means about being a masculine man, right? I also think it's about being kind, being loving, being generous, being vulnerable. But the way I see vulnerability is that it's being open to share your truth and how you feel, right? But also being very, very willing to inflict violence to anyone who tries to take advantage. Right? That to me is what I think is is being vulnerable.
I forgot to mention that.
Yeah. So it's like if anyone tries to take advantage of your vulnerability, right? You can easily just put them in their place.
Yes.
Very, very easy. Be like, so, excuse me? No.
No.
We're not doing no. you're crossing your boundaries, stop right there.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's a lot of those qualities that I talked about. What I see as what it means to be a masculine man. Yeah.
Beautiful.
Awesome. So as I said, we're coming towards the end. Final remarks. Where can people find you, and is anything that you want to promote on this episode or plug?
I mean, basically, you can find me everywhere. I'm everywhere you go. I'm on Instagram, Amazing Klef, Amazing KLEF. Same on Twitter, same on TikTok. My website is theamazingklef.com. I'm on YouTube, Amazing Klef. Basically, if you just do a Google search, Amazing Klef, Amazing KLEF, you'll find everything.
Yeah.
We have a lot of stuff out there for like a lot of content to like show you who I am and my work and stuff that I do. And I mean, final words. This has been a really this was not the regular conversation I was looking to have.
Yeah,
So it was
okay.
exciting and new.
I'm glad.
Yes, exciting
very
and new
glad.
questions to me. Not I mean that's also fine. So not how old are you? Where you from?
Yeah. I get you.
It made me go to a place where I don't go to normally.
Yeah,
and just
to really think about
speak and think about stuff and just
Yeah.
share my thoughts. And yeah, basically, and yeah, keep watching, guys. Don't go anywhere.
Thank you so much. And just for all the links you mentioned, I'm going to add them to the video. But I appreciate you a lot. Part of this is just to make it very authentic, right? So the hope is that that's how the conversation goes,
Of course.
right? So for everyone watching, this has been an episode of Alpha Delta. I've been your host, Joe Kariuki, and here with my guests,
Amazing Klef.
Yeah. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.
Subscribe.
Peace.